Well, hello there. This is Charles the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Now, slightly different video today. I'm just about to go on a overseas conference, obviously a few days of leave over the Easter break. Now, the company that makes Chessarama, which is a chess-inspired puzzle game, recently approached me asking whether I'd be happy to review their game. Now, they actually approached me, I think some time ago, but I wasn't too interested then. But very recently, I think last week, they've released it on the Nintendo Switch platform as well. And that's the game platform that I actually use. So I, other than chess, play a lot of JRPGs. So I thought, look, why not? Might as well give it a go on the Switch. Let's go and take a look. Alrighty, so here's a Nintendo Switch, so Chessarama. So only available, I think, at the moment as an eShop download. I tend to prefer physical games where possible. I'm a bit of a collector. I think it's about $15 according to the website. Something around like that. Available on a number of other platforms as well. So PS5, I think on Steam. Let's go take a look. So I have played this a little bit. Now I will say that in handheld mode, I think the small screen of the Nintendo Switch is not actually very well suited for this game. I think it's a little bit hard to see all the pieces in the puzzles, but on a large screen, so at the moment I'm playing this on my, I think I've got a 32-inch or a 28-inch monitor here. It looks actually really, really good. All right, so campaigns. So it starts off the campaigns, and I've only played a little bit. So let's initially start with farm life. And I might actually go, I don't need to do a tutorial, but I might go with the first one, the first few first, because it sort of gives an idea of what the puzzles are like. So initially, really simple puzzles, and the farm life puzzles are all based around the knight move, which is of course an L-shaped move. Has these cool little quotes from chess masters Emanuel Lasker. So Lasker is a second world chess champion. So, it looks pretty good. And, you can sort of zoom in, zoom out, rotate. So, looks pretty neat. But, if you're into the puzzles, you're probably just going to keep it to the default view. And so the idea is you need to make each of these plots become green. So fairly easy. So jump. So it's super easy initially, obviously. So that's sort of a taste of what it looks like. And look, it's, I think, a puzzle game that's kind of designed to be just very relaxing. It's got a very relaxing sort of music. And it's actually fairly interesting because here it sort of teaches you a little bit about knight moves. So here in a 9x9 grid. Now, again, very simple. So obviously here, and then here. In fact, that's the force move. There's no real other options other than backtracking, which wouldn't make any sense. So there we go. And it gives you a sense actually what the knight can potentially actually do on a chessboard, especially as we get to some slightly more complicated levels. So look, these are the first two, super, super easy. So here's a very interesting one. So obviously, I never really conceptualized this in my head before, but in a 9x9 grid, as long as the knight doesn't go into the center square of a 3x3 grid, as long as the knight doesn't go into the center grid, you can actually reach every single square by only moving once. I'd never really conceptualized that before. Now here, whether you go to the A1 or A3 square, it doesn't matter, because obviously it's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. And really it's a matter of going just along the like going practically in a circle, and you get all the squares. So that's nice and easy. Now, I think soon we're going to get some ones which are a little bit trickier. Complete the level with the knights at the position D1. Right. Oh, okay. So this is the idea. There's more than one route. So you can complete it either on F1 or D1. If we want to go to D1, then obviously we can't go there first. So... think this one through. Ooh, actually. Ah, no, this finishes on F1. Okay. Let's try to do that where you finish on D1. Let's play again. Yeah, there we go. And this now. Oh, did I stuff things up? I think I did. Let's try that again. So we want to finish on D1. So I suppose the way you can do it is just to go backwards, yeah? Let's do this backwards. So D1, E3. Ah, see, the thing with F1 is it has to go to E3, doesn't it? No, so D1 to C3, A2, C1, here. Here. What about these two? Oh, it's so tricky. How do we finish on D1? Ah, hold on. We don't have a turn limit. We don't have a turn limit. So finish on D1. Here. Here, here, here. Okay, we still haven't got... Okay, we have to think about F1. So F1 must come from E3, which must come from D1. Ah, of course. If we go to D1 first, E3... F1, back to E3, back to D1, back to E3. I think this works. Hold on, does this work? There, but I finished on D3, that's not right. Ah, there we go. We just had to do a hop to do and then undo. Yep, so got it. All right, so that, so some of these are a little bit trickier than what you think. All right. Oh, that was fun. Yeah. So this is the first time I played it. This was the first one where I didn't get this right, I think. So here, there's obviously, you have to go here, here, there, and then back. So you have to do that because both A1 and A3 can only be accessed by the C2 square. Now, I'm just trying to remember how yeah, that's right. So first time I played this, I went here, here, and did that first. And that actually doesn't work. So you actually have to go here first. And yeah, and then here. Yeah, you have to go this way. Yeah, and you have to finish on C2. Yeah, so, and again, just like the first time around, sometimes it's a bit easier to go backwards on this. There we go. All good. All right. Nice. Now, I'm not going to continue with these ones. So they create these extra rules. So these fenced off squares are ones which you can only go once. But I'm going to leave this now. No, not restart. That's the goal. Must be... Yeah, here we go. Let's go back to main menu. I'm just going to quickly show you the next sort of puzzle. So there's a number of sets of puzzles. Now, to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge puzzle playing person, so I'm not sure this is really the game for me. But if you enjoy puzzles, this is something that's not too bad because, you know, very low stakes. You know, some of them get increasingly more difficult. And, you know, if you like chess themes one, they're not bad. Now, if you like puzzles, I think with a little bit more pizzazz, I think this again might not be the game for you. So the next one was Street Soccer, and it uses combinations of rooks and bishops. So I'm just going to find, you know, not the maybe start with number 4. I don't really remember because this gives you a sense of the idea of the puzzle. All right, so here we've got a bishop and these are 2 rooks. And the idea is that you need to move the ball across all the pieces, and all the pieces will have to shoot the ball into the goal and not into the player. And this is where the ball starts with the original piece. So how are we going to do that? Yeah, so quite simply, we could move this bishop here. And again, thinking backwards, so that bishop can shoot the goal into that square. And we now need to move our rook here. So the rook can shoot the ball to the bishop. And this should pretty much be... Oops. So I selected the piece. Can I cancel it? Oops. Ah, how do I cancel the move? Just do X. Let's just try that again. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So there, rook here, and oh, why can't? Oh, that's a bishop as well. Ah, okay. Yeah, I would say this is one of the disadvantages in this game is some of the pieces aren't too obvious until you get used to it. So yeah, so that's a bishop as well. So let me think. Same idea. So we move this bishop to this square, and the rook here, and then here, and then bishop kicks, skips. Yeah. So that's the fundamental logic of this style of puzzle between the rooks and bishops, and I will select, go to the last one that I did, which was perhaps the most difficult one, number 10. So this was the tricky one. So these block the balls. So again, we've got 2 rooks, 2 bishops. Now the thing is, we need to pass the ball through all the pieces, but the pieces will only pass the ball to the next piece which is closest. So here we could potentially, let's say, so let's say we wanted so we can move the pieces 3 times. So let's say we moved the bishop there, and so the bishop will obviously kick the ball into the goal. The rook can kick the ball here, but that's not going to work because it hasn't passed the ball to all the pieces. It completes it, but you know, that's not what we're trying to do. So to score a goal with passing the ball through all pieces is actually a much more challenging puzzle. And I eventually worked it out by... oh, how did I work this out? Let me think. So, what if I... again, working backwards. So that's 1 piece move. Yep, here, and this one here, and so now kick, kick, kick. Yeah, so sort of neat little puzzle. Now there's quite a few more sort of different styles of puzzles, but I'm going to end it there. You can play, you know, as you get further along the game. Here we go. You can actually play chess matches as well, but you know, it plays it on a small 3D board, and you know, on the handheld, on the Switch, it's not the best way of playing it. I think playing on a 2D board on a tablet or a phone is actually a much better way. So what do I think about the game? Look, I think it's pretty neat. If you like chess puzzles, if you like puzzle games in general, probably worth a go. On the Switch, I'm not sure it's the best platform because you're using a controller. I think maybe on the PC, if you buy it on Steam where you have access to a mouse, it might be a little bit easier, a little bit just simpler. You know, you can just click on the squares rather than having to move a selector with the D-pad. It's not a bad game. I think it's pretty neat. I think the aesthetics is really nice. The music is very, very soothing. If you like puzzle games, potentially give it a go. What do you think? You know, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.